I would say this is the only exam where UGC chairperson himself is coming and trying to explain that what is the pattern of examination. And many of the question have been answered, but still there are few queries which are left there, and we thought of discussing it in today's session. So of course you must be, many of you are planning for the, CLAT, you are planning for national law universities, or some of you are planning for, Indian Institute of Management, you want to study at Indore. Of course, these are the integrated program and professional programs, but few of you may be also looking for a program which is giving you a general degree. For example, if you wanted to go for BCom or BCom honors or BA Eco honors, or maybe a BSc chemistry honors, all of these programs. So I think, CUET is a must exam for it. Some of you, as I have discussed with you, some of you are also talking about that as a backup, what are the options available to you? So I would say one of the options which is available to you is also CUET exam. So it is a common university entrance examination. Initially, the nomenclature was different. It was CUCET, but finally there's a full stop and they say it is a common university entrance test. Now, if you look at the examination is planned in such a way so that in future, the score of this examination can be accepted by the private, state, and all deemed to be universities as well. The reason is very simple, because if you know about national education policy, the government is very clear that we don't want to be biased towards some particular category of a student, or we should not be biased on the basis of what the boards are deciding. The government has already gone through it, that IITs are very successful. IIT-JEE is a common entrance examination which is there, and it is very successful. Similarly, if we talk about the NEET exam, government, there are reservations by some of the state government. I'm sure if you are from Tamil Nadu, you must know that a lot of agitation, twice the bill has been passed there in assembly. Even after that, the government is adamant that we want a common pattern of examination. So we are going for the unification of all of these courses, unification of, all these universities there. So that is the reason why the government is also emphasizing that more and more state universities should also start taking the score of CUET here. Delhi University is one of the university where people usually in the North India, and not only in North India, if you look at South India as well, the people are mad about it. Reason is everyone wanted to study in the top university. So Delhi University, some of the colleges, if you know, last year the cutoff was 99 even. So if you really want to study in these colleges, you need to be extra, ordinary. You need to have a score very good in your board examination. But I think there's a lot of biasness. There's a lot of biasness in the university, in the boards. There are some state board which are giving you very, it's very easy to score 95, 96, 97. And there are some boards where it is even very difficult to even score 70%. So that is the reason why, this CUET exam is very important. So here we go. So what is the agenda for today? It is CUET. We are going to talk more about it. Some part we have already discussed. CUET pattern and syllabus. Fine. Many of you have query. I want to study psychology. I'm a science student. I will come to those answers as well. And then selection process. What is the selection process there in this one? And the importance of board. Is the board still relevant, or the board has no saying in your selection process? So let's talk about why an entrance examination is there. As I said, that various board have their different pattern of marking. We know few years back, I don't want to name the board, but the topper of that board even could not understand what are the subject that she has studied. So I think it is a level playing field. From there also the government started feeling that there are many talented students who cannot get admission in the top colleges, while some students, because of some political affiliation or because of some problem with their boards, they are able to get the admission in the premier institution. Fine. So this is going to provide a level playing field for everyone. It is also going to bring in uniformity to the selection process. Reason is almost every state is giving you the same books. It is NCERT books that you are studying. Yes, the course may vary. In some university, in some board, it may be some part of the topic which are going to ask more weightage is given to that particular section. While in some other board, maybe the weightage is different. So that is the reason why they have made a criteria that we are going to take up only NCERT course. So your board, if there are few questions going to be asked and few of the topic has been eliminated, we all know what CBSE has done in last 2 years because of the COVID thing. So they have also kept that in mind, and then only the paper is going to be set up. As I said, national education policy is very, very important. And that is the reason why, because of these guidelines, they plan it like that. Fine. So what is the admission to Central University? I would say there's only CUCT. Common University Entrance Test is the only way. You're going to have exam. All of you are aware of it. It is in the first week of July. And NTA is going to conduct it the same which has conducted the same which has conducted your exam for IIT JEE and for NEET as well. So I don't think there is a question mark over their credibility. They have been proving themselves for the last 4 or 5 years, and job done by them is really good one. Now, important part here is there are 45 central university. There are state and private universities also which are going to take the score of it. But if I talk about the central university, 1.8 lakh UG seats are available there. And you can pursue your studies in 13 different languages. Fine. So no weightage to the board examination. That is for sure that they stopped it. But yes, if you are studying for the board, then only you will be able to clear the examination, because the paper pattern is very, very clear. Paper जो आएगा वो NCERT की book से ही आएगा. I hope it is clear. Fine. And the important part, which many of the people are not able to understand, see, what is it? This is only a platform which is going to conduct the entrance examination. Now the eligibility criteria is completely depends upon the universities. Let me give you one example. We have been preparing students for CAT, which is a common admission test for your MBA. So, IIMs are going to conduct only the common entrance examination. Every IIM has its own criteria. For example, some IIMs say that I want 90% in all the 3 sections and overall I want 98%. That is their criteria. Some of them say, no, I will be giving more weightage to verbal section. Some say, no, I want to give more weightage to quantitative section. So all IIMs are free to calculate their score. So here in CUET is just, they are supposed to conduct the examination and give you the score sheet. Now it all depends upon the university, and every university will have its own criteria of selection. So some universities say for BCom earners, I want to consider maths. I want to consider, 4 subjects there. But here the criteria will remain same. Delhi University criteria has not changed. The only thing which has changed here is that they are not asking you to share your 12th class, score. They're asking you now to, for the CUET score. So for example, if you want to apply for BCom honors and you have not studied maths, whatever maybe your score in CUET, your eligibility criteria is not fulfilled. I hope all of you agree to this point. Okay. If you have any query, you can ask it certainly later on. Yeah, Ananya, it is going to be an online test. As all other examinations are online, I don't think except law, there's no other exam which is conducted offline. Fine. And you can access all this information on CUET.samarth.ac.in. If you log in right now, if you try to log in right now, they will say the form will be available. The website will be available from 2nd of April. So they are still working in the background. And from 2nd of April, you can. So how to get admission in Delhi University? Of course, the $1 million question is this. So the admission is only through CUET. As I said, no weightage will be given to your class 12. 40% is the minimum eligibility criteria so far announced by Delhi University. More things will be disclosed when the forms will be available. As I said, if you look at this at CUET.samarth.ac.in, you can access it. Fine. Now switching to stream, just like previous year, there's no change in that. Let me explain it now. Say I'm a science background student. I know many of you and especially the parents have this question here. Yeah, Krishna, CUET will not replace IP MAT and CLAT examination. So don't worry about them. They are different examination. And CLAT exam will continue. IP MAT exam will continue. Can you please, there are a lot of questions which have been asked by the people. I request you, this is my sincere request. Please keep those questions for the end. I will try to answer all the things. Otherwise, it will be haphazard. I will not be able to cover all the things. So Mohit, I will be coming to that. Please wait for some time. This is very important question that you have asked. I will discuss that one. So switching of stream is also very much possible now. Say, for example, I'm a science background student. And I suddenly feel that in graduation, I don't want to study physics, chemistry, maths. I want to opt for BCom honors. Now, what is the criteria? Now, 12th score they are not going to take. I need to appear in the domain specific subject. So for example, accountancy is what I have not studied. It is absolutely fine. You write your exam in physics, chemistry, maths only. When your score will be out, if the cutoff for CUET, say for some, it is say 70 is the score. For CUT, it is 70. If some commerce student is getting, you need to score 5 more than that. So your cutoff will be 75 because 5% extra will be, asked from a science background student. A science background student can opt for a commerce or for humanity. Of course, a commerce student cannot opt for science or cannot, and he can also, commerce student can opt for humanities. But no humanities student can go for the commerce and science there. Though national education policy says any student can opt for any of the subject now. But so far, Delhi University have clearly mentioned it, the criteria has not changed. So my dear, if you have studied science and the cutoff for BCom honors from a commerce background student is expected to be 70. So in CUET, your score should be 75. And all of them will, CUT will not be going to give you just on the score. They will be giving you also the percentile. So it depends upon what is their criteria. I hope this is the main question where the parents have been consistently calling and saying, what if my child want to go for economic honors? He has not studied economics. Does he want to go? Does he need to go for economics as a subject there? No. You take your subject. I will come back to that later on. You take domain subject according to your need. And there they will be going to ask you 5 extra percentage marks. That is what I expected. That is so far the UGC and the Delhi University have mentioned in their interview. The VC of Delhi University has also said the same thing. So now Mohit has asked me that, for example, I want to study BMS, Bachelor of Management Studies, which was one of the prominent examination till last year. Almost in Delhi NCR, every student who is from commerce background wanted to get into the Sahi Sukhdev College of Business Studies, which is one of the premier institutions there for the management studies. For that, you need to again go for the general test. There's a general ability test, aptitude test that they have planned. So they have kept that option also there. For example, someone wanted to study mass communication and say some girl want to study at, I don't know how many of you know, Indraprasth College is a college which also offers you a program in mass communication. Only for girls. It is a girls' college coming under Delhi University. The criteria is very simple. They may not be asking for domain, but they do expect you to write a test, which is a general ability test. So I'm coming to that one and then we can discuss about it. The first thing is there are 13 languages you can choose from the languages which are mentioned here. So I think the government is very much conscious that it should be a level playing field. What if I belong to Kerala and I'm very comfortable in Malayalam? I want to pursue my studies in that. Can I do that? Or do I need to appear in English? No, I can appear in Malayalam. I can showcase that, yes, I have enough knowledge of Malayalam and that is the language that I need to appear for. For example, some of you may be very good in Hindi and you wanted that, no, I don't want to write an English paper. Reason is I'm not very comfortable. My grammar is not very good. My vocabulary is not good. Go ahead. You can write a paper in Hindi as well. So this is the independence which has been given to the student. So a lot of people, I was listening to one of the interview where it is constantly, question has been asked to UGC chairperson that don't you think that it is going to impact the people who are living in remote area? You are living anywhere. You can choose the language according to this. So even people who have studied it in regional language, they have given also option to opt in their language. So that is the beauty. Yes, I know most of the students, because if they are studying in Central University, this is my perception that people wanted to go for English as a language. And that is what most of the students have opted it in their class 12. Fine. The second is that JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, also offers program. They offers only bachelor's program in languages. So for example, I want to do my bachelor's in German. I want to do it in Mandarin. So JNU is one of the finest places. So there is one more option which is available to you if you want to pursue your study. For example, I want to study in Maithili. So I will be, of course, one examination, it is mandatory. That section 1A is mandatory. The section 1B is if I want to pursue my studies in Maithili or any of the language which is mentioned here, I have to opt for the 1B exam as well, which is a language examination. Fine. So you want to study Sindhi, you want to study German, French. So you have to appear for this examination as well. Fine. So here we go. Now there is a section B. Section B is that you have to opt for 2 subjects from here. That is accountancy, biology. You can see all subjects are mentioned here: business studies, chemistry, computer science, economics, geography, history. You name a subject, most of the people are opting for these subjects. So you have to choose the subject from here. Fine. And then comes the additional subject. You can also opt for physical education, engineering, graphic, fine arts, knowledge, tradition, practices in India, performing arts, entrepreneurship. Many of the people are also taking entrepreneurship as a subject in their class 12. So you can choose the subject from them. And the beauty is that, for example, I have studied physics, chemistry, maths, and English as one subject, and bio again, say, for example. And I want to give also a thought about political science. So what I do is, and maybe I'm very good in political science, I studied for class 12th, I want to appear in political science. I may not have studied political science in class 12th, I can opt for it. Say, for example, I want to do it in political science, but of course I have not studied it. So they are giving you option that you write your exam in computer science, you write it in history, you write it in business studies. It is absolutely fine. We will consider your score. Of course, you need to score higher than the other people to get into these colleges. So I think DU part is clear to all of you. So it is need not to be there that you need to take examination only in political science if you want to pursue your studies in political science there. Fine. So you can also consider that all India students are going to appear for one common board examination. And on the basis of that, they can decide their future course of action. On the basis of that, they can choose that, yes, I want to study in maths. Fine. So I'm going to appear in maths examination. If I want to pursue maths honors, and Delhi University say that you need to have taken an exam in maths, one language, and 2 more subjects that you have to opt for, I'll write 3 examinations. I will select 3 domain subjects there. Nikita, these are the subjects which are divided in 2 parts, B1 and B2. B1 these are the main subjects which are taken by the student in their class 12. I hope you agree. And B2 are the subjects which are usually, the optional subject which are available to a student. So the university will give you the option. I will come back to that. Delhi University say that I want you to select 2 domain subjects from B1. And I want 1 subject to be chosen from B1 or B2. Now I cannot take all the 3 subjects from these one, which are not the main subject. That is why they have divided in 2 parts. That some university can say that from the main subject, you need to select 2 subjects, and from the other, you need to select 1 or 2 subjects there. I believe it is clear, Nikita, now. Yeah, Shreya, you can go ahead with that. If you have not studied Spanish and you want to go for Spanish, the university says, fine, come up with the physics, chemistry, maths. We don't mind. But whatever is the score needed, you need to score 5 marks extra than the students who are qualifying on the basis of Spanish. Fine, Shreya. So here we go. And the last one is general aptitude test. As I said, you want to study mass communication, you want to study BMS or BFIA, Bachelor of Finance and Investment Analysis, or you want to study Bachelor of Business Economics, which used to have earlier a common entrance examination. There is an entrance examination, which is general aptitude test. I believe it is clear. Fine. What is going to be tested in that? It is the same aptitude that we have been teaching in the classes. You need to prepare, just a second. You need to prepare for your verbal ability, which is very important part, logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, and current affairs or GK subject. Fine. So these are the things which are supposed to be, these are the exams supposed to be written under the general aptitude, which is named as a GA, subject. Now, CUET, the exam, language 1, here is the criteria. Mohit, I have already said, my dear, for DU, you have to write this general test. I think I have already answered it earlier as well. You have to write the general aptitude test, and maybe 1 or 2 subjects, they will ask you to go for the domain subject as well, because you have studied subjects in class 12. So they may ask you to opt for 2 subjects from the domain subject, and general aptitude is one of the examination that they are going to test you. Fine. Okay. So here there are a few more questions. I think Mohit question has been answered. Shriram is saying, sir, please tell about the syllabus of PCB. See, PCB, they are saying that you need to study, physics, chemistry, bio. You have to, give examination in these subjects. So 2 domain subject you are going to select from the first one, and 1 domain subject you can select from B1 plus B2 there. Fine. So I will be taking the rest of the question later on. Let's come to this one. Let me explain it, and I think many of your questions will be answered here. Any of the 13 languages may be chosen out of, 40 of the 50 questions should be attempted. Time is 45 minutes. Now, many of the students had this, question that my board is not asking for all the topics there in NCERT books. So CUET people said, not to worry, we will ask you 50 questions. You must have studied 40 of the topics which are similar there. So out of 50 questions, you can answer any of the 40 questions there. And the time limit that is given to them will be 45 minutes. All of them will be objective paper. Fine. And, in language 1, there are 13 languages that is to be chosen. So 40 questions can be answered out of 50 questions. Time is 45 minutes. They are going to check you on languages, reading comprehension, literature aptitude, and vocabulary. These are the 4-5 things that they are going to test. And as I said, you can opt for the regional language as well. Fine. The second part is language optional. So you can choose any of the subject that is offered in first A. Other than that, you can also choose as any other language there. So for example, you want to study in English as well as in Hindi. You can choose one subject as a English and second as a Hindi as well. For example, I want to study Sanskrit. I will opt the optional language as a Sanskrit there. Fine. So I'm writing a paper in Hindi. I'm also writing a paper in Sanskrit as well, because I want to pursue my studies in languages. Now the domain, there are 27 domain, the section 2 of it. There are 27 domain subjects which are offered. Now listen to this, because many of you have asked me the same question. There are maximum of 6 subjects that you can opt. I'm repeating it. There are maximum of 6 subjects that you can opt. I am asked a question, what if I want to pursue my BSc in physics, chemistry, biology, PCB, the general, geology, this biology background. So what needs to be done there is, you can be asked to write 3 subjects. There are 3 domain subjects that you can opt for. So board give you, the university give you a criteria that, one of the subject that is to be taken is, one can be biology, one can be physics, and one can be chemistry. So 3 domain subject you need to appear for. So no need to write the 6 subject. For example, you feel, no, I'm looking for maths as well, bio as well, and maybe also accountancy, I will go ahead with that. So you can write 6 examination. Then you will be also writing a maths paper. Maybe, you feel that you want to go for PCB as well as eco honors, for which the maths may be the criteria. So you will say, okay, one of the paper that I'm going to write is also economics. So I think they have given you a lot of variety. There are people who are not sure that where they are going to study. For them, the college is more important than the courses. So CUET people have also thought of it. तो उन्होंने कहा, देखो भाई, अगर आप मल्टीपल सब्जेक्ट में पढ़ना चाहते हैं, तो आप साइंस भी ले लीजिए, आप ह्यूमैनिटी का भी कोई सब्जेक्ट ले लीजिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई हैव टेकन 6 सब्जेक्ट्स इन माय क्लास 12. मुझे लगा मुझे इकोनॉमिक्स में भी मैं पढ़ सकता हूँ. So they are saying, okay, that option is also available. You can opt for physics, chemistry, maths, bio, economics, and maybe one subject can be any of the languages, or maybe some other subject that also you can choose for, or physical education as one subject. So they are giving you independence, that maximum of 6 subjects, because in board, people are writing examination in maximum of 6 subjects. So domain subject, they are giving you option of writing it in 6 different subjects, so that no one will agitate that, oh, I wanted to study also the commerce, I also wanted to study history honors. People have many problems. So they say, I wanted to opt for everyone. So they have given you option. भैया कोई भी 6 ले लो आप, कॉमर्स, साइंस, ह्यूमैनिटी, यू कैन सिलेक्ट ऑल्सो द सब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम देम, बट आई डोंट थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल विल बी ऑप्टिंग फॉर इट. So if I have made up my plan that I want to do my maths honors, I will be opting for physics, I will be opting for chemistry, I will be opting for maths. Say I know I'm not very good in chemistry. Listen to me very carefully. मान लीजिए मुझे केमिस्ट्री आता ही नहीं है, मुझे फिजिक्स बहुत अच्छा आता है, मुझे मैथ्स बहुत अच्छा आता है, मैंने कहा या मैं एक कंप्यूटर साइंस लेना चाहता हूँ. So I can go ahead with the computer science. Here the Delhi University will be giving you a flexibility. They are saying any of the 3 subjects that you can choose, and they can say maths must be a mandatory subject. तो हो गया, मुझे केमिस्ट्री नहीं पढ़ना, ठीक है यार, मैंने फिजिक्स पढ़ा है, मैंने कंप्यूटर्स पढ़ा है, और मैथ्स ऑनर्स के लिए मैथ्स जरूरी है, तो वो तो मुझे देना ही पड़ेगा. सो हियर इट इज नथिंग टू डू विद द CUET. It is where you want to apply, what is their admission criteria. For example, Aligarh Muslim University say for physics honors, you need to have studied physics and maths, you need to have appear in the domain physics and maths. तो आप जो मर्जी कर लो, अगर आप फिजिक्स एंड मैथ्स में अपीयर नहीं हो रहे, you will not be considered for that. So this eligibility criteria is not by CUET. This eligibility criteria is not by UGC. ये eligibility criteria किसका है भाई साहब? ये eligibility criteria है यूनिवर्सिटीज का, कि यूनिवर्सिटी अपना क्या क्राइटेरिया देती है. Maybe Hemanti Nandan Bahuguna University says for BCom honors maths is not mandatory. So it is absolutely fine. आप maths मत लिखो, आपको पता उनका eligibility criteria में नहीं है, you have not studied maths, it is absolutely fine. So or Bihar University, Central Bihar University says for BCom honors it is mandatory for a student to appear in examination in accountancy, business studies, I'm just giving one example, and maths. Now if you are not appearing in these 3 domains, whatever you have studied in class 12, you are not eligible for it. So do you understand, it is not CUET eligibility criteria, it is the university eligibility criteria which you need to fulfill. तो जो यूनिवर्सिटी का जामिया मिल्लिया इस्लामिया आज कहता है कि मैं अगर किसी को लाइब्रेरी साइंसेस के लिए करना चाहता हूं, तो एनी ऑफ द 3 सब्जेक्ट फ्रॉम डोमेन 1 आना चाहिए और एक सब्जेक्ट डोमेन 2 में आना चाहिए. आप कुछ भी पढ़ाओ, आपने लाइब्रेरी साइंसेस नहीं पढ़े, तो भाई साहब आप अकाउंटेंसी का पेपर लिख लो, मैथ्स का पेपर लिख लो, केमिस्ट्री का पेपर लिख लो, बायो का पेपर लिख लो, all of them are equal. Do you understand this? So here the university is going to put a criteria. CUET is not giving you criteria, they are just giving you independence to opt for the subject according to the need of the universities. Now many of you are thinking, sir second से तो फॉर्म आ रहा है, मैं कैसे भरूंगा? बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं, लेकिन every university will be also coming with its notification. They will say if you want to appear for BSc, maths honors, these are the subjects that you need to appear in the examination. So you have to opt for those subjects. Fine. If you feel no, I'm not eligible for Delhi University, I want to study in Jamia Millia Islamia, absolutely fine. Their criteria is different. Fulfill those criteria. Write those domain subjects. JNU कहता है कि मैं जनरल एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट के अलावा मैं लूंगा ही नहीं, तो भाई तब तो आपको लेना ही पड़ेगा, जनरल एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट आपको लेना ही पड़ेगा. आप कितना ही अच्छा डोमेन में परफॉर्मेंस कर दो, बट देयर क्राइटेरिया इज वेरी सिंपल सो फार दैट दे विल गो फॉर द जनरल एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट. सो यू हैव टू अपीयर इन दैट टेस्ट. So do you understand, it is not CUET, they are giving you independence, university decide what they want to take. Fine. Now GAT general aptitude test I have already explained there. So here these are the things which are going to be asked. All of them are 45-minute test except general aptitude test, which is a 60-minute test, and there are 60 questions out of 75 questions you can do in the examination. In other places there are 50 questions, even in domain there are 50 questions, you have to do 40 questions in 45 minutes. Fine. I'll be coming, I'm not looking at the question right now. Let me clear first this thing. Now in the morning slot, how the exam will be conducted. Morning mein languages is the first thing. ठीक है, you have to write one language in the morning, you opt for one language. First A आपको याद होगा compulsory है वो, बिना language के they will not be giving you any subject. So you have to appear in language. Then there are 2 subjects that you can opt for. And then general ability test. That is what you are going to write in the morning slot. Maximum it can go up to 4 hours. Why? 45 minutes, 2 subject is 1 hour 30 minutes. 45 minutes is one more, which is 2 hour and 15 minutes. And 1 hour, it is coming out to be for the general ability test. So the overall, if you look at it, it is coming out to be less than even 4 hours. Let's talk about the next one. In the afternoon, so there are 2 slots. You are going to write the test in the morning. You are also going to write the test in the afternoon session. For example, there's a university for English honors. Someone is saying that I want English as one of the subject to be taken in the test. And along with that, I want you to write 2 domain subjects. Fine. So my slot is over in the morning. I will not be appearing for the afternoon session. Why should I go for it if I have already pre-decided that these are the university where I want to apply? So in afternoon, there are 4 subjects that you can appear in and 1 optional language. So if you plan कि भैया मुझे तो Mandarin भी पढ़ना है, I have a great opportunity if I go there in China. So it is absolutely fine. You can also go for the optional language in the second half of it. Fine. So approximately for 8 hours, you are engaged there in the NTA examination center on that day. I hope it is clear. Fine. So now coming to the next one, as I said, I will take question just after this. So what needs to be done? What is the selection process? One is that you have to appear in the examination. CUET is mandatory. Carefully select the domain subject on the basis of the university criteria. तो आप CUET के कहने पे एग्जाम नहीं लिख रहे हैं, आप यूनिवर्सिटी की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, on the basis of that you are going to choose your subjects. Every university, of course, most of them will have the similar criteria, but there may be a variation of 1 and 2 subjects there. So that you need to look at. Fine. Each university will have different eligibility criteria. I have already mentioned it. So look at the eligibility criteria of universities and then select your domain subjects. Fine. Appear for CUET in July and the cutoff colleges will decide later on for that. So they will consider your score. So board has nothing to say in that, but yes, it is very important if you are going to appear for the interview. I hope you agree to these points now. Fine. Now, what more? No centralized counseling. So far, it is not like IIT, JEE or NEET, where the centralized counseling is conducted. You have to apply for every university separately. So for example, I plan, there are 3 universities where I want to study. I want to study in Allahabad University. I want to study in Delhi University or JNU or Jamia Millia Islamia. These are the 4 universities. There are 4 type of course that I'm looking for. I will go to the eligibility criteria of those 4. Maximum of 6 subjects are there. I can appear for 6 subjects. I found that with 4 subjects, I'm able to target those 4 universities. There are 6 programs. Yes, I will go for the 4 domain subject examination. I hope it is clear. You feel that all of them have a common criteria. Only 2 domain subjects need to be taken. Why should I write 6 examination? I will select only 2 domain subjects. Write these examination. My criteria is fulfilled. Eligibility criteria is fulfilled. I can appear, I can be considered there for the admission. Depends upon my CUET score. Fine. So example, there's example also given here. I think it will be going to clarify most of the thing. I want to study English honors. So first is language. In the language you cannot opt for Hindi and then say एक language लेना था sir मैंने मैथिली ले लिया but I want to study English honors. So their criteria is very simple. The 1A mandatory language should be English in that case. Fine. 2 subject from B1. Someone asked me, what does that mean? So B1 is, let me take this one. So you can see the B1 where, here is the B1. So in section, you can see the B1 here. I'm sure you can see the cursor. So they want 2 subjects to be taken from the main subject there. It does not mean that I select any of the subject from B1 or B2. No, they clearly said you need to have studied 2 subjects from B1 and 1 subject can be from B1 or B2. So you can see 1 subject, it is on you. You want to take it from B1, which are compulsory subject, or maybe optional subject. You feel that you are very good in entrepreneurship. I want to write a test in that. That flexibility is there. So they want you to appear in 3 domain subjects. I hope it is clear to all of you. And 1 language should be taken as English. With 4 these examinations, you are eligible to appear for the English honors in Delhi University. I hope it is clear. Now coming to the science, to the BCom student. I am a science student. I want to pursue BCom honors there in Delhi University. Please listen to me. I know many of you have doubt. This is going to clarify your doubt. Language should be English. Then in Delhi University say, I'm not going to consider if you have studied Sindhi or if you have taken a subject as a Hindi. For BCom honors, I will be teaching you in English. I want your language to be English. So criteria is very clear mentioned that English is a subject language that you will be opting for the mandatory language. 2 subjects from B1 needs to be selected there. So from the core subject. So maybe I have studied chemistry, physics, and maths. I'll be selecting two subjects. Maybe physics and maths are the two subjects that I'm taking. Without maths, you are not eligible. Fine. So without maths, you are not eligible. Some of you may be asking, sir, मैंने तो maths पढ़ाई नहीं है 12th में. मैं क्या करूं? Am I eligible for BCom honors? Yes, you are eligible for BCom honors if you are going to appear in the maths examination. And of course, your cutoff is coming in that one. And one subject you can certainly choose from B1 to B2. So overall, what Delhi University is saying that 3 domain subject you need to study. If you want to study a particular course, there may be an essential eligibility criteria for like BCom honors. Maths is the must thing. You have to appear in a maths examination. You can take business study, accountancy, biology, or any of the other subjects. They are not concerned about it. Yes, but the cutoff for the commerce student, if it is X for you, if you are from science background, you are taking science as a subject, for you, it will be X plus 5. I believe it is clear to you. Now coming to the next part. Are board marks important? I would say yes, they are important. I don't suggest you to undermining it. Reason is very simple, because many of you are planning to go for your master's program from abroad, or maybe you wanted to pursue your MBA or some post-graduation program. There they will be also checking your 12th class marks. So 90% is not criteria. Someone was asking it to UGC chairman that don't you think that the Delhi University will come up with this idea that 90% is the criteria there? They said no, because not enough number of forms will be coming there. So I don't think even the Delhi University does very bad. They will not be taking more than 65% of marks. Fine. Now, of course, your life is not ending with UG. That's why you need to do very good in 12th. I've seen people who are crying because they could not score very good in class 12. So when they go for interview, when I look at their, someone is taking their interview, someone has scored 50% marks. The first perception comes is he's not a hardworking guy. So please don't leave that. That is also very important. Of course, all of you are targeting for Indian Institute of Management or civil services or any of the other post-graduation program. There it is very important. And of course, for study abroad, this is what is mandatory. Fine. Now I'll be taking question. Please stay. The questions to me is, sir, who is better? The one who had taken 5 domain subject and who had taken 2, Harshita? I hope you understand. If your eligibility criteria is fulfilled with the 2 subject, go ahead with the 2 subject. Anshika, sir, is this being recorded? It is recorded. I can share it later on. Chetna, sir, being humanities student, I have economics as one of the 5 subjects, so that if I apply for eco honors, but don't have maths, so how to choose for the domain? Now, if they are saying for eco honors, maths is mandatory, ma'am, you have to appear in the maths examination. I'm really very sorry, but that is the eligibility criteria. If they mention maths is one of the subjects that you are selecting, then it should be there. Fine. Then Mohit says, sir, what is the total duration of the test? Maximum, it will be going 4 hours. So it is not going beyond 8 hours. I think it is not more than 7.5 hours. Priyanshi, sir, will the university notification for criterion come out before application date? Yes, they will be coming in the next 10-15 days. And Isha, audio stopped. Okay, I think Isha, you can hear me. Nikita, it is 12th based or 11th or 12th? No, it is only on 12th based, Nikita. They have clearly mentioned this year. I'm talking about this year. It is only 12th based. So they are not considering your 11th. So only the paper will be formed on NCERT 12th class. Sir, in domain subject, applied maths is not there. So what we would do? You cannot have any other option rather than leaving it. So applied maths is not a criteria that they have put in the domain subject. Of course, a lot of discussion must have happened before they decided on this one. So Anaya, I hope it is clear. Applied maths is not there, my dear. So you cannot go for BCom honors in that case. Priyanka, domain subject will be taught. Yes, it will be taught. For that, you need to, catch up Jyoti or others separately for it. Ishi, will Jindal Global University accept CUT? So far, not Ishi, but I think most of the private university, they are finding it really very good that you have a standard score. So sooner or later, all these private and state university will start accepting the scores. Fine, but so far there's no confirmation from them, or I would say I'm not aware about their confirmation. Shreya Singh says, if 3 domain subjects are chosen, then the morning or afternoon? See, they have clearly said that in the morning, it is from the B1. The examination will be from the B1. And in second afternoon, it will be from the B1 plus B2 both. Are you getting it? That is the reason 4 hours is the time given there. So there may be a 3 domain subject that you are writing in the morning only. So if they comes in the morning slot, you can take 3 subjects there. Anshika Garg, sir, what about the applied mathematics for eco honors? As I said, Anshika Garg ji, eco honors, applied maths, so far they are not considering it. Sir, will there be any negative marking? Of course, without negative marking, that is the beauty of this examination. They want to make it very, very competitive so that the best brains come to the colleges. So that is the reason why there will be a penalty. Forget about the wrong. It is also expected that if you are leaving good number of questions, there'll be also negative marking over the question that you are not attempting. So if 40 questions are there, some question you may leave. But if you are not doing enough number of questions, there may be a negative marking for them as well. Vidhi Singhi says, can you please tell eligibility criteria for BA, BCom honors and Eco honors at DU? Vidhi Singhi, I think I have already answered that. The eligibility criteria for BBA so far it is that they are asking for, 2 domain subject need to be selected from B1 and you need to appear for the GAT, General Aptitude Test. When it comes to the BCom honors, you need to select 2 subjects from there. I'll take it. 2 subjects from B1 and 1 subject can be from B1 and B2. I hope it is clear. Fine. Pianshi, sir, only had history in class 12th. What domain subject do you think will necessary for sociology and political honors? Do you just a vague idea? See, if you have history in class 12, so they may be asking you for political science, they will be saying that 2 subjects should be selected there. So my dear Pianshi, for example, if I talk about the last year Delhi University, I'm a political science student, say, I studied political science. So my score is 80% is, for example, Hindu is giving a criteria that 80% we will be taking. Now, if someone has not studied political science, but he wanted to go in political science, so criteria for him will be 85. So there will be 5% more that you need to score. Is that fine? So you opt subject accordingly, but then you need to score higher than that. Fine, Pianshi. I think I have answered that question. Sorry, there are many questions in between this. So Anay Agarwal, sir, in domain subject applied maths is not there. What should we do? There's no other option. Anay, you cannot do anything with that. Naresh Hasija, what if child has applied maths in class 12 standard and wanted to apply for economics honors? Applied maths, sir, as I said, so far Delhi University has clearly said applied maths is not considered for the eco honors. I hope things will be more clear once the notification will be out. So we can wait till 4th or 5th of April. I think by that time, most of the things will be clear there. Yeah, Hadi, so far, I think that most of the state university will be also accepting it. That some state university like TIS has already sent, it is a deemed to be university, which said we are interested in this score. So expect that other state will be also joining hands. Shivansh God says, will I be marked for all domain subject or just eligibility criteria clearing ones? Shivansh, as I said, that if for BCom honors, I'm just giving you one example. They are saying maths is one of the subject and other 2 subject can be anyone. So for example, if you are opting for accountancy and business studies and you score 80 score, fine, I'm opting for physics and chemistry. I can also go for BCom honors. There's nothing wrong. But my eligibility criteria, being a science background, my percentage should be 5 more than yours, which was the same eligibility criteria of the last year. Fine. So there's no change in the eligibility criteria. The only thing which has replaced here is, rather than having a board examination, you have a one common board examination for all the students studying in India. Fine. Yeah, Vidushi, I'll be sending the recording as well. You will certainly get it. Priyanka ji, I'm really sorry not to knowing about the CUT fees, but I think it will be somewhere around 500 to 1,000 rupees for the examination. And maybe they will be categorizing it on the basis of the number of tests you are going to appear for. So sorry, I think these things will be clarified by second. Chetna Bumri says, sir, in one form of CUT, for how many courses can we apply? As I said, there's only one form that you can fill. You cannot fill 2 CUT forms. There will be only one form because that will be connected with your Aadhaar. So you can appear in maximum of 6 subjects. So you cannot say today I appeared, I want to appear again. No, there's only one exam you're going to appear in. Shreya Singh, if I want foreign language, then have to score more in domain subject. That depends, my dear. Shreya, what they are going to do is, they're going to give you the percentage weightage of one language, then foreign language. For example, they are giving 90% weightage to the, say, they're giving weightage, 50% weightage to the foreign language. And the rest of the subject, they may be giving 25% of this one. So whatever is your score, they will calculate your score on the basis of the marks that you score in your domain and foreign language. So that will change also from university to university. There's no standard format for that. You score on the basis of your score, they will be giving you the weightage. For example, if you know, if I want to study physics honors, physics has got more weightage than maths. Maths has got more weightage than any of the other subjects there. So the same criteria will be there. I don't find there will be a lot of changes when comparing to the last year. Isha, what if they want one subject from B2? I haven't studied anyone. That is the beauty, Isha. I don't think they will be giving you the B2. They will be saying one subject from B1 or B2. B1 is mandatory, but B2, I don't think it will be mandatory there. Sir, what about languages? I don't know, Vidhi, what you are talking about languages. If there is a university, for example, in Rajasthan, the university also give you option of opting for Hindi language. So you can opt rather than English, you can opt for Hindi language. But if the university says Mathli is not allowed there, so you cannot appear in a Mathli one. And while in a Bihar board, Bihar university, the criteria may be there that either you should opt for Mathli or English or Hindi as a language, they will consider you. Fine. So Priyanka, as I said, CUET examination fees will be disclosed once the form will be out. Sir, so can I do history and political science in NCERT?
Sir, I am asking this coaching fee I'm asking.
Okay, ma'am, can I answer that later on, please? Coaching fees. Okay, ma'am, for that, there's a number. I will give you the number. You can contact on that number. They will tell you about more about it. Will that be fine, ma'am? Says the percentage calculated will be total of all subjects. As I said, Nikita, it depends upon university. There will be different weightages to the different subject. So they will be calculating your score and then say, okay, you stand here. Fine. Yeah, I will send this PDF as well, Chetna. Certainly, I will share it with you. Priyanshi said, as I have passed 12th last year. You're also eligible for that. There's no changes. Yeah, Vidhi, for Delhi University, English is mandatory, my dear. Fine, if you are going for BCom honors. If you are going for Hindi honors, Hindi is must for that. So it depends upon the course, which course you want to opt for. The language will be decided on the basis of that. Sir, maths is compulsory for eco honors. Yes, Isha. Sorry, but maths is compulsory so far. Chetna, sir, what I meant from the above question was, if I want to go for BO honors in 2 or 3 subjects, will I be mentioning in all those in the single form only? Yes, Chetna, you are right. For example, as I said, I want to opt, I'm not sure, I'm only interested in college. For example, Chetna, you want to study in Miranda House. Now, it is not important to you whether you study history honors or political science honors or eco honors. So what you will do is you will appear in all these domain subjects. Your score, whatever the score that you are going to get, every course, they will be calculating your score. Fine. So for a particular examination, you will say, for example, they are asking for BCom honors. So they want accountancy, they want business studies. So you can send the score of business studies and accountancy there. Fine. So it is all on you when you'll be filling the form, which domain subject you want to be considered for that, if that option is there. Anupam is saying, I'm a science stream student. I want to take admission in BLLB. What would be my subject? Like, did I have take my physics, chemistry? I will take subject like legal and political science. See, first thing is, Anupam, I would like to say for BA LLB, so far, I don't think that CUET will be considered for that. I think it will be continuing. They will be continuing with the CLAT examination. So not to worry about it. If CUET, is a common entrance examination for BA LLB, I think they will be giving it in advance. But, the beauty is that after a lot of negotiation, after the case has been discussed there in court, there's a fixed date given to the CLAT examination now. So I don't think that there are any chances of CLAT to be, eliminating. They are going to conduct the CLAT or IELTS as the main examination for the BALLB. Yes, it may be possible that Allahabad University or BHU can consider CUET score, but I am not sure about that. So until their notification is not out, I think it will be too early to say anything about that. But be focused on your CLAT examination if you're looking for law as an option. Fine.
Sir, can I please ask a question?
Yeah, just a second. I think I've already answered all the question. Yeah, Pianchi, please.
So I was saying that I'm from an IB board, so I anyways have to study the NCRT syllabus. So I'm studying for history right now, and if I want to pursue BA Pol Science or sociology, do you think it will be enough for me to study 12th grade Pol Science and 12th grade history?
Say if you say you are an IBA student, of course you need to study. There is no doubt about it.
Yes,
But
yeah,
see, because NCRT is the criteria that they have given. So what will
right,
happen? For example, if you want to go for political science or history honors or sociology, say these. So these are the three examinations that you need to appear for. So you would find that criteria is almost same, because if you want to study history honors, history is one of the subject that is to be taken, and the other two subject can be any of the subject from B1 or B2. One subject will be, of course, from B1, and one can be from B1 and B2. So if you are going to appear for the political science, history, and sociology, you are
yeah.
eligible for all of those three in that case.
So sir, it's not compulsory to do B2, right? Because since we have not
No, no,
done
no,
that
it is
subject.
not compulsory. So far as we are able to understand, as per the notification, as per the the interviews given by these guys, there's only
Yeah.
one thing, that there are many students, they are taking the B2 as one of the subject, because they don't want to put a lot of pressure in class 12th. So
All
I don't
right.
think that the B2 will be mandatory. You look at
Okay.
this, all these subjects are the subjects which are not compulsory subject here. You can check it out. Just a second. Here, these are additional subjects. They clearly said these are additional subjects. So
Okay, I
just to
get
give
it
you
now.
flexibility, you may choose two subjects from domain subject, main subject B1, and one subject they say you can opt for either B1 and B2 in whichever
Okay, okay.
domain you are good at.
Okay, so I got, sir, so till the notifications and the eligibility criteria don't come out, so it's safer to study for Pol Science and history both as in NCRT, right?
Yes, ma'am. You need to study both of them.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Just a second. I'm sending you a phone number. In case of any doubt, you can, of course, call at these number.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And I think you can ask your query on these number. I've already sent that. Mohit
All
has
right.
asked me, sir, what are the subject for aptitude test? Subject is Mohit, it is quantitative aptitude, the basic maths till class 8, 9, 10. The second is you need to be very good in verbal ability. It is English. It is not any other language that is to be tested there, because you need to be good in English, reading comprehension, critical reasoning, all of those subjects will be asked. The third will be the logical reasoning, जिसको हिंदी में तर्क शक्ति कहते हैं. Logical reasoning will be also tested there. Of course, there will be DI also to be asked, because nowadays everything is data driven. So, all the university, all the courses want you to be good in data interpretation as well. So there can be one or two sets of DI also to be asked. And moreover, they are also interested in knowing that are you aware about the things happening around you. So there's a general awareness, current affairs topic that is going to be asked. So don't expect what happened in, questions like what happened in Panipat war, but they will be certainly going to ask you the questions which is relevant from the last 6-7 months GK, current affairs. Fine, this is what you can expect from the general aptitude test. Fine. Any more query that you have? Or any question that you feel I have not answered? Sorry, I try to read all of them, but if there is a question that you have. I think so, Isha. You cannot say, Isha, like, is Manthan enough? I think they are not. One thing that I have analyzed after this new education policy, that the government is no more interested in taking clerical mindsets. They want people who are aware. One of the reason why this examination has been conducted, there are people who are not very good in maths. I have seen they topped in maths, they score 100 in just cramming everything that is given in the 10-year paper. So the main purpose of this one, the one who are able to use their mind, the one who are able to understand things in a better way, they are going to score very high. Fine. And second thing is they want to lessen the burden among the students. There's a lot of burden because of the board. You need to score 99, 99. I think that thing will go out of mind. That does not mean that you should not do good in 12. You need to score very good, but at least that, do and die situation will not be there in 12th now. Ishi, where can we see all the universities that are considering CUET? My dear, once the notification will be out, I think I have already shared it with samarth.cut.samarth. There you can go and find it. But every university will be coming up with their own eligibility criteria. So you have to contact these universities. Of course, we are there. We'll be sending you regular basis the link, and we'll be also conducting the session that what you need to fill in this particular one. If you want to apply for Aligarh Muslim University, what is the criteria where you can fall in? We will certainly going to discuss about that once the notification will be out from these universities. Fine. Please ask if there is any more query. I hope I'm able to answer all the queries there. Any parent, switch on your microphone and shoot your doubt. Chetna, I think Rohtak may postpone its examination. I'm not sure about it, though they have taken a date. Maybe it is falling in between the board examination. They may think of postponing it. So nothing is sure. I think in next few days, they will be coming up with the notification if there are any changes. Yeah, why not, Hadi? I will be more than happy. Please ask.
Sir, are the dates of IPM Indore out?
No,
Because
not
there has
yet.
been no notification, but I referred to a few sites and they were claiming that it is on July 2nd. So I'm not sure about it.
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Fine, because their official notification is not yet out. So until that is not out, these are all rumors. Everyone wanted to grab the information, the attention of the student. And of course, coaching center wanted to enroll the students as well. That is the reason why they do it. Very normal thing, not to worry.
Sir, so it would be after our boards, right? Like they would be giving us enough time to prepare for IPM Indore.
I believe so, ma'am, but you never know about these things. But I think that they are not going to conduct the examination in between the board because they are also interested in looking for the best guys. So what happened is they know the people, they don't want to leave their board. So hopefully all of these examinations, see, if I'm an institution and I have an option to choose from that 100 or choose from 10, I would always opt from 100. So where the 100 people can appear in the examination, I would always opt for that one. Fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Isha is asking, will reduced syllabus be asked in CUET or the whole one? That is the reason why they are giving, don't answer us 50 questions, answer us only 40 questions. So they are going to ask, see, because different board have reduced different topics there. So they will not be asking you the reduced one. They are not saying that CBSE board topic will be asked. They said whatever is in NCERT, we will ask that. Fine. Now there's one more query from Chetna. Sir, do you have any idea regarding GIS course after BA, BSc honors in geography? Sorry, Chetna, I don't have much information. What is this GIS? Can you explain that? Ishi is asking, are there any chances that IIM Rohtak will postpone the exam because it is in between our board? As I said, Ishi, earlier, hopefully they will be postponing it because they wanted to maximum number of students to appear for the examination. But nothing can be certain, because they have their own problems. They wanted to conduct the session as early as possible. So hopefully it will be extending. Fine. Any other queries that you have? Ishant Taneja, it is only MCQ based paper. There is no subjective paper there. Only MCQ based paper. Fine.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please ask me.
सर क्या हमें अभी एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म जब फिल करेंगे उसी टाइम यूनिवर्सिटी चूज करनी होंगी या फिर हमें रैंक के अकॉर्डिंग यूनिवर्सिटी मिलेंगी?
नहीं मैम, मैंने ये पहले कहा था सेंट्रलाइज काउंसलिंग नहीं हो रही है, तो आप सिर्फ एक एग्जाम लिख रहे हैं। जैसे आपने बोर्ड का एग्जाम लिया, तो बोर्ड के एग्जाम लिखने का डीयू से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी बस उसका स्कोर मांगता है, तो सीबीएसई बोर्ड को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि आप किस पेपर में क्या स्कोर कर रहे हैं। आपका जो स्कोर आएगा वो आपको दे देंगे। सीयूटी भी ऐसे ही करेगा, आप सिर्फ एग्जाम के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं। जब आप दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी अप्लाई करेंगे तो उनका जो एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया ना, उसके बेसिस पे आप अपना डोमेन सब्जेक्ट के मार्क्स देंगे। ठीक है ईशा, इज इट क्लियर?
यस सर, थैंक यू।
Anyone else? Fine. So thank you all of you. Thank you for coming and attending the session. Thank you so much. Chetna still has a doubt, sir. It is a course related to remote sensing. It is a geographic information system that create, manages, analyze. And where is this course available, Chetna? That also depends with once the notification of the university will be out, then only it will be decided whether you need to apply it before CUT or after CUT. Fine. So I think we need to wait for 10-15 days there. Nikita, I think as a backup, you should fill CUT as well. Fine. Okay, after bachelor, I don't have any idea. Chetna, can you connect with me, maybe on weekends? I'll try to gather the information and share it with you then. Fine. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, bye. Thank you. This PDF I'm going to share with you.